Welcome to this class. I'm really excited because we're going to be using a very popular function called VLOOKUP, which is perfect for huge data sets. And what it does is it helps you pull one value based on finding another value, okay? And we've got a small data set here, which we're going to use to explain this, but VLOOKUP is really perfect if you have a massive data set, 500 to even thousands of names, last names, occupations, and the like. So what I'm going to do is draw your attention to this part of our sheet right over here, and then I'll be talking through and explaining this information right over here in a moment. Okay, so let's actually, before we begin, I want to talk about the situation that we have. Let's say someone came to you with a list of names and said to you, listen, please can you find whether these names were, what occupation they were, all right, and what age they are. Okay. Now instead of you holding down Command F and finding the names, all right, so I could do it like this. I could say Control F, and I could type in Tandi, and I could press Find Next. It'll take me to the first one and take me to the second one. That could take you a lot of time if you have 300, 200 names, or even 50 names. What VLOOKUP does is it helps you find things automatically. Okay, so let's do it. It's easier demonstrated than it is explained. And before I do that, let me actually zoom in so you can see this a bit better. Okay, so I have a list of names and I want to know their occupations. All right, I want to know their occupations and I want to know their ages. Okay, so what I do is I type in equals to VLOOKUP. I open my bracket. And notice it says lookup value. So what is it going to look for? I want it to find Tandi, comma, where does it want to find it? The range. So I highlight my range. I press comma again. And then it says column index number. So what that means is the range that you have highlighted. So in this case, I've highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. Okay, if I only highlighted 2 columns, my index number would be, if I highlighted 3 columns, my index number would be 3 if I wanted the age. If I wanted just the last name, my index number would be 2. So in this case, I've highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And I want to find the occupation. So I type in 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it says, do you want this to be an approximate value or do you want this to be the exact value? So if I want it to be approximate, I would type in here true. Let's see what happens. If I type in true, I close the bracket, I press enter. It would say principal. Now is that correct? No, it isn't. So you can see that if you type in true, Excel is going to look broadly rather than specifically. But if we type in here false, which means it wants an exact number, and we press enter, notice that it will automatically update to exactly what you want. So what we can do is click on this and drag this down. And notice how it updates. Now let's look at what we did. We said VLOOKUP. We put in what we are looking for. We click that, we press comma. We then said the range we're looking for. We then press comma. We then said the column value I want to extract. We press comma, and then we said true or false. True for an approximate value and false for an exact value. Let's do it again, but this time we want age. So I hope you're talking you through this in your mind as I'm talking. So I say VLOOKUP equals VLOOKUP. And let's say I want Tandi. I press comma. I now have to go for the range, so I'm going to highlight all of this. All right, I press comma again. I'm looking for age, which is 1, 2, 3, and I want this to be exact. And I press false, 35, and then I drag this down. And now I have the values for each one of our list, each one from our list. And remember, I can say name, and I can even sort this information if I wanted to. I could go here and filter it. I could say I want only the teachers. Remember all the steps we've taken in the previous classes where we've put tables, charts, and the like in there. Now, in the next lecture, I'm going to talk you through some of the other pieces that are really important for your work in Excel. Look forward to seeing you there.